Hello class 10. In today's class we are going to start chapter 3, the programming chapter 3, arrays, single dimensional and double dimensional array. So in this chapter we are going to discuss the memory space for effective storage of data with the help of a logical structure called dimensional array. See, we can use a number of variables with the same name. You can use the number of variables with the same name and same data type, and these variables will differ in their subscripts, and now keep changing the subscripts with the help of a loop to deal with various numbers. So the logical structure so created is termed as a dimensional array or an array. So what is an array? A dimensional array is a structure created in the memory to represent a number of values of the same data type with the variables having the same variable name along with the different subscripts. And a dimensional array is also called subscripted variable. So in this what happens, we use only one variable name but different subscript. Like if let's take this example, class 10, standard 10. The standard 10 means it represents all the students of standard 10. But if I write standard 10 1, standard 10 2, standard 10 3, standard 10 4, it means standard 10 serial number 1, standard 10 serial number 2, standard 10 serial number 3. So standard 10 is the variable name, but subscripts are different. Like 1, 2, 3. Subscript 1 represents the first students of the class whose serial number is 1. Standard 10 2 represents the second students of the class whose serial number is 2. So here serial number can be understood like subscripted variable. And what is the variable name? Variable name is standard 10. Okay, so it is a structure created in the memory to represent a number of values of the same data type with the variables having the same variable name along with the different subscripts. Dimensional array as composite data type. See, a dimensional array is the concept of using a number of variables declared with the same data type. This is the reason why a dimensional array is said to be a composite data type or non-primitive data type or user-defined data type. Okay, because the data type that represents a number of similar or different data under single declaration is called a composite data type. Like when we discuss the definition of primitive, non-primitive, we discuss that non-primitive data type can store more than one values, while primitive data type can store only one value. So the array can store more than one values. A dimensional array is basically of two types: single dimensional array or one dimensional array, and double dimensional array or two dimensional array. Now, to understand a single dimensional array, you can imagine a train. Okay, any train like Rajdhani Express. So the full train name is Rajdhani Express. So Rajdhani Express is the name of the variable, but it has got different compartment number like Rajdhani Express 1, Rajdhani Express 2, Rajdhani Express 3. Okay, so here 1, 2 indicates the compartment number, that is the subscript number. Alright. Now, how to create a single dimensional array? To create a single dimensional array, the syntax is first we write the data type. First we write the what? Data type of the array, that is called base type. Then variable name. Variable name along with the variable name. Variable name is the array name. Actually, the variable name is the what? Array name. And along with the variable name, we write the pair of square bracket equal to new, and again the same data type what we declare in the beginning, the same data type with the number of values stored in it, that is the size of the array. It is called the size of the array. For example, number 1, int int data type, variable name, array name n, square bracket equal to, whenever we see this square bracket, so remember it is an array variable, equal to new int 10. Do you know what will happen? This line will be executed, so it will occupy a space by giving a variable name n, and the variable name n, that space will be divided into how many parts? 10 parts. 10 part means size of the array is 10. The int n square bracket equal to new is the new will allocate the memory int 10. So this variable n will be divided into how many part? 10 part. And its subscripts begins with 0. Its counting begins with from 0. Its indexing is from 0. The first place will be called n0. Second place will be called n1. The third place will be called n2. Then n3, n4, n5, n6, n7, n8, and n9. So if there are 10, if the size of the array is 10, so it will be divided into how many part? 10 part. Okay. So the array is declared with the size 10. Second example is for floating point array. Float a square bracket equal to new float 2. So the array name will be a0, a1, a2, a3 till a19. A till a19. So this will occupy how many elements? 20 elements will be stored. The next is character type array. Char c square bracket equal to new char equal to new char 5. So it will store how many characters? It will store 5 characters. It will be divided into how many parts? It will be divided into 5 parts. That is C0, C1, C2, C3, C4. Next is string type of array. String, suppose NA for name equal to new string 10. So 10 names can be stored in this array. Okay. Now using array elements. An array element can be used for processing. Okay. Now that is the array name and subscript. Array name and subscript. Okay. Like this, I'll show you. Like int, suppose int and array name suppose a and square bracket semicolon. All right. So an array with empty square bracket represents an unfixed number of cells. That means it can store any number of elements in it. Array can be created in 4 different ways. Array can be created in 4 different ways. That is by using assignment statement, by using function argument, that is called BlueJ system, by using input stream reader class, and by using a scanner class. So today we are going to discuss the first one, that how to create the array by using the assignment statement. In this method, the data values are defined within the program itself. It may be an integer, a string, a char, or a float type. And the values are stored in the array as given. Like int n square bracket equal to 2, 5, 7, 8, 9, 15, 4, 3, 12, and 34. Do you know what will happen? So a memory will be occupied in the computer. Its name will be given n, array name will be given n, and it will be divided into how many parts? 10 parts, that is n0 to n9. And at n0 place this 2 is stored, n1 place this 5 will be stored, n2 place 7 will be stored, n3 place 8, n4 place 9, n5 place 15, n6 place 4, n7 place 3, n8 place 12, and n9 place 34 will be stored. Now let us see a programming example that how to create an array and write a program. Question is, write a program to store 10 numbers in a single dimensional array and display the sum and average of all the numbers. Now see, in this array we handle the location of the elements. Let us see how. Public class sum average, public static void main string args, int n square bracket 2 5. Okay, array is declared with 10 elements, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Int I sum s for sum equal to 0. For I equal to 0, I less than 10, s equal to s plus ni. You know what, how this will work? S value is 0, s equal to 0, the s equal to s plus ni. The I value is 0, That means the elements are stored at the location, at the index, at the subscript n0. That at n0 is what is there? 2 is there. The 0 plus 2 is added. Next I will be 1. S plus n1 at n1 plus what is there? 5 is there. 5 is stored, added. The next I will be 2. S equal to s plus n2. N2 plus what is there? 7. The 2 plus 5 plus 7 are done. Next I is what? 3. Then 8 will be added. Next I 4. Then 9 will be added. So whatever number is at the given location at a given subscript, that is ni, will be added. So once again, it begins from 0 till 9. The loop will run I equal to 0, I less than 10, because there are 10 elements. And why 0? Because first element is stored at 0 place. S equal to 0. S equal to S plus N0. N0 means 2. Next I 1, then 5. Next I 2, then 7 is added. Next I 8, like this till N9. N9 is 34. All the numbers 34s are added. After completing the loop, it comes out and calculates the average. So double S equal to 10. So we have calculated the average. System out println sum equal to S and system out println average equal to ABC. Now print sum equal to, output will be, after adding all the numbers, sum comes 99 and average comes 9.9. Now let us write this let us check the output of these programs in BlueJ. Let us do. Here is the program sum average. You can see here. Compile. No syntax error, nothing to input because already all the values are given. Just click on the void main, and here is the output, that is sum equal to 99 and average equal to 9.9. Alright. The same way, suppose you want to print the vowels. Char V equal to A, E, I, O, U. The A will be stored at V0 place, E will be V1, I will be at V2 place, O will be at V3 place, and U will be V4. For int I equal to 0, I less than 5 is 4, I plus plus. The system out println V0, A is printed. Then next I will be 1, the system out println V1, E is printed. Next I will be 2, the system out println V2, I will be printed. Then O will be printed and U will be printed. So in today's class, what we have learned? We have learned the how to declare the array, what is an array, how to declare an array, and how to create an array by using the assignment statement. So learn the definition and practice the program. Thank you.